Hello and welcome to my channel, my respected friends and viewers. In recent past couple of weeks back, we saw a breach of diplomatic protocol, and it eroded or affected, if not eroded, for sure, it has affected respect between allies, which matters. I personally got also a little disappointed, and that's why I'm here to share my feelings on this very matter. So the incident was that U.S. ambassador publicly criticized our Prime Minister Albanese, and the remarks were targeted for the decision we made to consider recognizing Palestine. Then this statement, this publicly criticized statement, was followed by another allied leader's statement, which also was reason a bit harsh criticism. The language used was widely seen as undiplomatic and inappropriate. Such public rebukes between allies significantly breach diplomatic norms. So, which has prompted me to come and share my feelings on it. So, I want to say something about this matter which has transcends the politics and touches on a fundamental principle of international relations, one that, if eroded, risks leaving a deeply unpleasant impression on young Australians watching how their country is treated on the world stage. So these two statements, the content is definitely matters, but how it is, the manner with which this dissent is uh, made public is another thing. When allies choose public rebuke over private dialogue, it doesn't just critique a decision, it challenges the very respect and decorum that underpins functional alliances. Our response, unity in defense of decorum, the criticism was met with concern from across the Australian political spectrum. Crucially, I like to mention about Australian Jews leadership also condemned the external attack, and Executive Council of Australian Jewry co-CEO Alex Richin called the criticism absurd. This reveals a rare unity. Defending Australian sovereignty transcends internal policy debates. In the face of this external pressure, the Australian response has been perhaps the most telling part of the story. What we saw was not partisan division, but a unifying principle. Leaders from across the political aisles were unhappy, and we saw, as I mentioned, Alex Richin of the ECAJ labels such criticisms absurd. While we Australians may vigorously debate our policies amongst ourselves, as seen in the citizens peacefully assembling in dozens of cities to voice their perspectives, we unite when our national sovereignty and the respect for our democratic institutions are challenged or rebuked. The core principle, the sovereignty and mutual respect that has shaken by such incidents, is to mention that we are a sovereign nation. Australian foreign policy is determined in Canberra by Australians. The machinery of diplomacy exists to manage disagreements with tact and discretion. Public rebukes are instrument of pressure, not tools of constructive dialogues. This is not about silencing criticism, but about expecting it to be channeled through proper, respectful diplomatic channels. Holding this standard is paramount for maintaining trust in international alliances. So, what is the core principle at stake here? Twofold: sovereignty and respect. Australia's path on the world stage is charted by our elected government, accountable to its people. Diplomacy, at its best, is the art of navigating differences with wisdom and discretion, often away from the public eye. A public scolding replaces this art with a blunt instrument designed to isolate the pressure rather than to persuade. As citizens, we should expect our allies to engage with our nation through these established respectful channels. Defending this principle isn't about taking a side in policy debate, it is about affirming the dignified conduct upon which lasting partnerships are built. To be clear, this is not an argument against disagreement among allies. Disagreement is natural and necessary at times. This is an argument for how we disagree. It is a call for that dialogue to be conducted with mutual respect and through the proper channels that have safeguarded international relations for decades. We Australians are more than capable of managing our robust debates. What we should not accept and what we must calmly but firmly reject is being talked down to the world stage. A true partnership is not measured by perfect agreement, but by the strength of its respect, especially in the moment of differences. Thank you for listening. Bye bye for now.